You like that? You like that?
You mean your corset tight spirals and NFL leading completion percentage? Why yes, Kirk. I do like that. Hey guys, Derek from Bench Stash here, and I'm going to spend a minute or so talking about Kirk Cousins, a perfect late round quarterback target. Partially because he is a capable quarterback, but mostly because I want to taste my colorful co-host's salty tears. So let's start with ADP. Fantasy Pros has him at 118 currently, behind someone like, I don't know, Steven Gostkowski. Getting last season's QB9 at the end of the 10th or beginning of the 11th is fantastic value and exactly what you are looking for if you are planning on employing a late round QB draft strategy. Now, a lot of people will tell you that they don't buy it, that he is a flash in the pan and that he was only successful because he played against some horrible defenses. Well, let's tackle the latter half of that first. He played against some horrible defenses, yes. And? When you're constructing a fantasy team, you are looking for players with the path of least resistance to putting up fantasy numbers. And schedule can play a vital part of that. Guess what? He still plays in the NFC East, home of the New York Giants and Philadelphia Eagles, who were the second and third worst teams respectively against a quarterback in 2015. In fact, his strength of schedule is the seventh most appetizing for fantasy quarterbacks in 2016. Now, let's tackle the second issue, the echoing voice that tells you that he is just not good. There's a fantastic article on NumberFire by JJ Zachariason, which is a stellar fantasy resource by the way, so you should definitely check that out. But the article highlights just how efficient Kirk Cousins actually was. According to their per dropback efficiency metric, Cousins ranks 7th out of 37 qualifying quarterbacks. That's not bad, right? Another surprising statistic, Kirk Cousins' TD to interception ratio in the red zone throughout his NFL career, 30-0. You heard that correctly. Lastly, let's talk about his weapons. He was a drastically different quarterback when Deshaun Jackson was on the field, to the tune of some ridiculous splits. If you look at his fantasy output from the 8 games that Jackson played and average them out over the course of an entire season, Cousins would have been the 3rd best fantasy quarterback, which is fairly ridiculous. Jackson is a true defense stretching threat that feeds perfectly to a quarterback's production. What's that?
But Derek, injured he always is.
Well, mediocre Yoda, Jackson has only really missed significant time in 2 seasons. Last year and in 2012, when he missed 5 games. Other than that, he has been relatively healthy throughout his entire career. Tack on the fact that Jordan Reed might be the 2nd best tight end in the game, and Kirk Cousins has legitimate receiving weapons. If Josh Doxson ever gets healthy, then watch out. Still not convinced? Well, I'll end with this tidbit. Cousins starts off the season with a charmin' soft schedule. In fact, 4 of the first 6 teams he plays are bottom 7 fantasy defenses against a quarterback. If he starts off the season spitting out fire a la Dylon, then he could be the perfect trade bait to a QB needy team. And for a quarterback going as late as he is, really, what's the harm? Now the true question is, Leo Khaleesi, do you like that?